Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 23rd May 2024. So first of all, we are going to take Delhi edition here and I will let you know which are the articles important from our examination point of view. So after picking out of articles, we are going to see different dimensions that you can think from a single topic. And if there is any chance of interlinking of subject with the different things, then we are going to see that as well. So this is the actual way of reading current affairs from your examination point of view, especially if you are preparing for UPSC civil services, because your GS paper 2, GS paper 3 and GS paper 4 and essay, so they are interlinked with your current affairs and you have to write an answer in a multi-dimensional manner. So to get good marks in your mains, so this is the approach that you have to follow. So here let us take the front page and let us see the important articles. So in this front page, so I find this article which is very important from your UPSC Prelims 2024 and as well as Mains 2024 point of view. So first article is Ireland, Norway and Spain said to formally recognize Palestine. Okay, so this article is talking about 3 countries which are going to formally recognize Palestine. So here how can you expect question? So you can expect question like, so how many countries recognized Palestine? So like that, and even which are the countries recently took this step. So in that way also you can get question. Okay, now let us see this article in detail. First of all, I want to make a small announcement. We in Rathods IAS, we are launching new batch of GS Prelims cum Mains Foundation from 27th May 2024 onwards. Okay, that is on next Monday. So here we are running 30 days of free demo classes. So here we are providing offline, online, live and YouTube live. So offline free trial it is for 30 days. And if you are staying in Hyderabad or in Ashok Nagar, you can come and you can sit in class and you can listen 30 days of free demo classes. And next one is, we are providing online live through our app, that is for 10 days. And we are also going to run YouTube live for 7 days. Okay. So if you want to attend this free demo classes, you have to register. So for registration, we are going to provide you the QR code and fill the details for online and as well as offline. So what are we going to discuss in this 30 days? So this is also very important, right? So if you attend these 30 days of demo classes, first one is you can complete entire your geography. Okay, that is world and Indian geography. You can complete this. So this will be taken by one of famous Delhi faculty by Vilas sir. So Vilas sir, who is having more than 13 years of experience in this field and he is topmost faculty of geography in India, and he will be taking entire geography. And apart from that, I will be discussing strategy videos, or I will be recording the strategy, or I will be taking these classes for Hindu, how to read Hindu, and within these 30 days, I can ensure you that you are going to understand how to read this Hindu newspaper for sure. And next one is, I will be taking sessions on how to solve these PYQs and also mains answer writing. And we are also going to provide notes of current affairs. Okay, we are going to provide notes of current affairs. So this current affairs notes we are going to consolidate, and we are covering different newspapers like Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Down to Earth and All India Radio. These are the 5 sources which are covered here, and along with current affairs quiz daily. And next one is, on this geography classes, you will be having prelims questions practice and as well as mains answer writing. So all these we are going to cover within this 30 days of time. So if you want to know how to write mains answers and how to read newspaper and how to analyze questions and to complete geography, you can contact us on this number 8074765513. Okay, so this is the number you have to call, and you can have the registration for both online or offline, or else you can directly scan the QR code. Okay, so in this way you can make the registration, and offline is much beneficial because you are going to have 30 days of free classes, and even you will be having topper stocks in between. Okay, now let us see the first topic. So first topic, it is about Israel-Palestine issue. So I want to make you understand what is the present thing which is going on along with the background. So now what happened, 3 countries, they want to recognize this Palestine, right? So actually what happened, because of these countries, now they announced that they are going to recognize formally this Palestine as a country. So because of this, now Israel, which is taking some steps. Already you know about this Rafah border. So this Rafah border is very important for the sustenance of this Palestine. So if this border is blocked, means so they will be not getting food and they will not be getting humanitarian assistance or humanitarian aid. So here Israel, now it is moving towards this Rafah border to block this. So this is a step which is going to be taken by Israel because of these countries which formally said we are going to recognize this Palestine. So here you have to know some other dimensions from our examination point of view. So first one is, what are the reasons for this Israel-Palestine issue? And there are 3 targets of Israel. Okay, what are those? You have to see, and already we discussed those 3 targets. So first one is to occupy this Gaza and to smash this Hamas, like that. And already these 3 targets had been achieved by Israel, but even though the issue is which is going on, that's the thing you have to see. And here Israel, it is getting support from US, UK, some European countries. And here in Palestine we have Hamas, right? And these Hamas, they are getting support from Iran. Okay, and even Yemen is supporting Iran, and Iran is taking help of Houthis, and it is attacking Red Sea region. So one more geopolitical dynamics here is President of Iran died in recent helicopter crash. So we have to see like how the present government of Iran. So now actually Vice President, he is acting as President, and soon we can see the elections will be going on and the new government will be forming, and how this foreign policy, okay, we have to see how this foreign policy of Iran will be changed regarding this Palestine. So that thing that you have to see. And even you have to see what is the impact. What is the impact of the decision of these 3 countries to recognize Palestine on globally, and even you have to see what will be the impact on India. Okay, so these are the dimensions that you have to see. And from prelims point of view, you have to see map of Israel, and you have to see important locations. They may ask to arrange from east to west or west to east, north to south or south to north, and even Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea, Gulf of Aden and Strait of Hormuz, Persian Gulf, they will be very important, especially from your map based things, and you can get at least 2 to 3 questions from that area this year in your prelims 2024. So open your map and see those locations carefully. Clear? Now let us see this article in detail. And this topic is important from your international relations, from GS paper 2, and even from GS paper 1 and geography also, it is very important. Clear? Now let us see the context, why it is in news. So which are those 3 countries? So from these 3 countries also you can get a question like, so consider the following countries: they will be giving in Ireland, Norway, Spain, Sweden. So which of the above countries they accepted formally to recognize state of Palestine in 2024? Okay, so in that way also you can get questions. So you have to be very much sure, like not only these three countries, but there are other countries which are also came forward to recognize the state of Palestine in 2024. So you have to know that, and even entire number of countries in the world also, that is important. So context says here Ireland, Norway and Spain, they announced that they will formally recognize the state of Palestine even as reports emerged of Israel pushing its way further into Rafah in southern Gaza. So as of now, these three countries, Ireland, Norway and Spain, they announced that they are going to formally recognize the state of Palestine. And because of these reports, now Israel, which is pushing its way to further into Rafah, okay, which is present in the southern Gaza region. It is very important. Location of Gaza, especially Rafah border, is very important. And you have to see map. And now let us see some details. So details says that countries that recognized Palestine 2024. It is very important from your prelims 2024. So here this month 143 out of 193 members of United Nations General Assembly, they vote in favor of Palestine to join this United Nations. That means they are recognizing the state of Palestine, because then only they can allow to join this United Nations. Clear? And next one is the most of Middle East, Africa and Asia, they recognize Palestinian statehood. However, United States, Canada, Australia, Japan, South Korea and many Western European states, they do not. Okay, so here which are the countries they accepted, especially Middle Eastern countries, Africa, Asia, they recognized Palestinian statehood. But here Western countries like US, Canada, Australia, Japan, South Korea, so many they didn't. Okay, so countries who have recognized Palestine this year, so this part is very important. So this point, that is Bahamas, Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica and Barbados. So these countries they recognized Palestine this year. So from this area you can expect a question your 2024 prelims. And next one is, what are the reasons why these Western countries they are following this path and why they are coming towards accepting formally for the statehood of this Palestine? Because especially to impose ceasefire, to stop this war and to achieve the release of hostages which are held by Hamas, and to relaunch political process that leads to peace agreement between Israel and Palestine. So these are the important aims. Actually, these three countries are coming forward for formally recognizing the statehood of Palestine because of these three things. It is very important. And next one is, around 144 out of 193 members of United Nations, they recognized Palestine as a state, and most of the even global south region, Russia, China and India, they also accepted this Palestine statehood. But only a handful of 27 European Union members, they have done so far, and mostly communist countries as well as Sweden and Cyprus, so they are also accepted. And now let us see the next topic, students. So in the first page I found only this article which is important, and in city page there is nothing much important, you can leave this city page, and most of the articles are political articles in our page. Okay, so remember, those will not help you at all in clearing your UPSC examination. So please don't waste much of your time. Okay, so in this page you can see there is one article, that is leopard dies after getting trapped in barbed wire fence. So why leopard is very important this year? Because this year we got leopard census. So there is a high chance of getting the question regarding leopard. And even we have this IPSA, okay, International Big Cat Alliance. So because of this leopard is one of the big cat, right? So from this area also you can get question. So this is very important, and for sure you can get question regarding Project Tiger or leopard or International Big Cat Alliance, it is IPSA. So in this area so you can expect a question for sure for prelims. So be prepared. And now let us see the dimensions. So this article is talking about leopard, right? So I will give you dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. So you have to see what is this Project Tiger. You have to see recent leopard census. Okay, and you have to see states in which leopards are present. And next one is IPSA, International Big Cat Alliance. And you have to see status, protection status of these leopards. Okay, so these are the areas that you have to focus from this article point of view. And now let us see the notes. This topic is important from environment and ecology only. We can't connect with other subjects. So context says 4-year-old female leopard died after it got trapped in barbed wire fence. Okay, so finally, unfortunately, in this incident, 4-year-old female leopard died. So here we have to see about this IPSA. So IPSA is International Big Cat Alliance. It is a multi-country, multi-agency coalition, and the important aim of this IPSA it is to conserve big cat species and even their habitats. So here focusing on cat species and even habitats of those animals. So it brings together 96 big cat range countries. It is very important. Okay, which are interested in conservation of these big cats, and conservation partners, scientific organizations, and as well as businesses. So what is the objective of this IPSA? The primary goal of this alliance, it is to collaborate on efforts to secure the future of big cats. So here big cats includes, we have tigers, lions, leopards, snow leopards, puma, jaguar and cheetahs. Okay, so these are the big cat species. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So out of the 7, how many we have? So we have tigers, we have lions, we have leopards, we have snow leopards and we have cheetahs. Okay, but we don't have pumas and jaguars. Okay, you have to remember this. And IPSA would work towards mitigating the adverse effects of climate change, and even we are focusing on policy initiatives, and these initiatives they align biodiversity conservation efforts, and we are focusing on local needs and also contribute towards attainment of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, so what is the structure? So the grouping structure consisting of members and as well as standing committee, we have secretariat and especially headquarters in India. So because of this, IPSA is very important because headquarters is located in India. So for that purpose also you have to know. And next one is conservation efforts of India. So we are conserving some big animals. So we have Project Lion, Project Leopard, Cheetah Reintroduction Project. So we got cheetahs from Africa, right? And next one is we have Wildlife Protection Act, which is focusing on conservation of animals, and even we have Snow Leopard Conservation Project. So these are the big conservation efforts of India to save or to conserve these animals and their habitats. Clear? Yes. Now let us move on to next topic. So you can directly move on to this editorial page. So in this editorial page, I found this article very interesting. Okay. So title says, a no limit bromance that is not just a bilateral matter. So I will tell you the gist of this article. Okay. So be focused, and this is very relevant from our India point of view. So this article is talking about Russia-China relations. Okay, it is talking about Russia-China relations. So this topic is important from your international relations, which comes on GS paper 2. So recently Russia and China they had a meet. Okay, recently Russia and China they had a meet, and this year, that is 2024, marks 75 years of relations between Russia and China. Okay, it marks 75 years of relation between Russia and China, and they came up with some agreements in this recent meet. So you have to know what are those agreements, what are those comprehensive partnership agreement between Russia and China. And you have to see whenever they are finalizing or coming up with out of new agreements, what will be the impact on India. So why we have to think that there will be some negative or positive impact on India? Because you know this Russia is India's all-weather friend and China is enemy of India. Okay. So in international relation you have to always remember this equation. Friends friend will be our friend. Friends enemy will be our enemy. And enemy's enemy will be our friend. So if you see in case of India, if you apply these equations, so here India's friend is Russia here, right? And Russia's enemy is US. Okay, that means so US should be enemy of India, but US is India's friend. So this equation is not applicable. And here let us take this another equation. Let us apply this. So Russia is India's friend and Russia's friend is China. Okay, according to this equation, China should be friend of India, but again China is enemy. So this equation is also not working. And next one is enemy. Okay, for example, China is enemy of India. Okay, and US is enemy of China. Okay, so US should be friend of India. Yes, this equation is applicable. So here in international relations always we have to see how our friend countries relation with other countries will be also having impact on India. Okay, whenever these two countries like China and Russia, they are moving towards each other, obviously there will be impact on India's relation, because China is a country which is sharing directly boundary with India, and India and China, they have some disputes at LAC region, and regarding water wars they are coming up with building of dams and even development of model villages and cities across border, and China wants to occupy entire Arunachal Pradesh, and China is also showing influence in Indian politics. Yes or no? So because of this article will become very important from India, and you can get questions regarding international relations from GS paper 2, that too from mains, not from prelims. Okay, from mains point of view you can expect a question. Clear? Shall we move on? Okay. So here recently Russia and China meet was happened. Recently presidents, that is Vladimir Putin of Russia, arrived at China for a 2-day state visit, and during this visit he met with President Xi Jinping, okay, especially in this great hall of people, seat of power of Chinese Communist Party. So what happened? So recently here Russia's president and Chinese president, they had a meet, and during this visit both leaders, they signed and issued joint statement, and in this statement they make a note on deepening of China-Russia comprehensive strategic partnership. Okay, they want to improve their strategic partnership and even coordination for this new era. And even they made a promise that they are going to deepen their strategic partnership as well. So now let us see here what exactly that agreement is about. So China and Russia, they agreed to deepen comprehensive strategic partnership of coordination for the new era of 2024. So because this 2024 year is very significant for Russia-China relations, this year which marks 75th anniversary, 75 years of China-Russia diplomatic relations. And if you see here Russia-China relationship, so from political background, they signed no limit strategic partnership. They signed no limit strategic partnership before Russia-Ukraine war, and even China is a top supplier of dual use items, for example for civilian use and for military use of Russia. And next one is economically China became the Russia's biggest trading partner, and even the bilateral trade between these two countries had been exceeded $240 billion in 2023. And next, if you see the factors which are uniting this China and Russia, Why they are coming towards each other in this recent times? Because they are having some common factors. So first common factor is both two countries' enemy is US. Especially they are having similar perceptions regarding US hegemony. Okay, they want to dominate US. And next one is they are having a common fear of NATO. Because of that, NATO only Russia which has started attacking Ukraine, right? So they are having a common fear of NATO. And next one is there are alternative approaches to exercise international influence and jointly managing the shared interest. So these are some common factors which are uniting this Russia and as well as China. And what are the implications of Russia-China relationship on India? So how it is going to impact India? So first one is security concerns. So much of Indian defense supplies, they are coming from Russia, and even there are some concerns regarding timely supplies. Okay, because whenever they are having partnership, sometimes we cannot get those equipment on time. So this is one issue. And next one is diminished support. So Russia's dependence on China reduces its likelihood of pursuing China in a border confrontation with India. So what happens? So whenever there is deepening of ties between Russia and China, so Russia may ignore the issues of India and China across border. Clear? And next one is India's neighborhood. So alteration to regional power dynamics, and that will be potentially limiting India's influence in the region. And next one is recalibrating strategic priorities. So China-Russia alliance is directed against USA and as well as West, which will be also having negative impact on India's geopolitical trajectory in Indo-Pacific region and as well as India's position in Eurasia. So in this way we are going to have impact because of this Russia-China meet. Clear? Yes. Now let us move on to our newspaper. And here there is also one more article regarding inflation, and especially this article is talking about consumer price inflation, that too because of increasing of food prices. And already a number of times we discussed this topic, just I will give you dimensions. Clear? So first it is talking about food inflation. So this food inflation is caused by increasing of vegetable prices in the market. Increasing of vegetable prices. So what is this inflation? So inflation is a condition whenever there is increasing of price of goods and service in market. And here we are measuring this inflation by using this CPI, Consumer Price Index. So here there are some dimensions you have to see. What is inflation? You have to see types of inflation. So in these types we have three types. First one is cost push inflation. Next one is demand pull inflation. Next one is built-in inflation. So these are the three types of inflation you have to see. And you have to see what are the causes or reasons of inflation and how can we address this inflation. So in this address part, we have to see the role of Government of India and also role of RBI. So government will be taking fiscal measures. Okay, so in this fiscal measures we have two types again. We have increasing or decreasing of taxes. First one, increasing of decreasing of taxes. And next one is public spending. Next one is public spending. So this thing you have to remember. And from RBI we have monetary policy. Okay, so in this monetary policy, RBI can increase or decrease interest rates. For example, repo rate, reverse repo rate, LAF, etc. And here you have to see like what is the target of maintaining inflation, that is 4 plus or minus 2. 4 plus or minus 2, that is 2 to 6%. So all these things that you have to see from this topic point of view. Okay. Now let us move on to next topic. So you can move on to this text and context. So actually there is some issue which is going on regarding voter turnout data. So let us have a look about what are the forms. Okay. So there are some forms which are given according to 1961 rules, like what is this form number 17A and what is this form number 17C. So from that area you can get a question in your prelims. So let us have a look on this, because this year we have elections for Lok Sabha and even some state legislative assemblies. So there is a high chance of getting question regarding elections. So here in this area also you can get. So we are not going to take any chance, right? So we are very much committed to clear this year UPSC 2024. Yes or no? So if yes, please tell me in the comment box. So how many of you want to clear this UPSC 2024 and how many of you want to become rankers? Okay. Yeah, now let us see this context. So Associate of Democratic Reforms, so which is an NGO, so which has flagged a sizable difference in the initial turnout figures released by Election Commission of India and soon after conclusion of polling and the final voter percentage published sequentially. Okay, what happened here? So what are the data which is published by ECI? Okay, initial turnout and after the conclusion of polling and the final vote percentage. So there is a difference. So because of this case had been filed by ADR in Supreme Court to release data correctly. So here details says that Supreme Court is slated, that is it accepted to hear on May 24th a petition filed by NGO. So the name of NGO is ADR, Association for Democratic Reforms. So this petition is to seek direction to Election Commission of India to upload polling station wise voter turnout data on website within 48 hours. Within 48 hours of conclusion of polling after each phase of Lok Sabha elections, yes, they have to upload this voter turnout data in their website. So this is the petition. And here ADR flagged that, ADR said that yes, there is some difference in initial turnout figures released by ECI and soon after conclusion of polling and the final voter percentage published. So after voting, whatever the turnout figures which said and later on the final voter percentage published, so there is a difference. Such differences, discrepancies means nothing but differences. So such differences which had evoked sharp questions from opposition and civil society regarding authenticity of polling data available in this public domain. So whatever the data which we can get in this public domain, if there are any differences, so the question regarding authenticity will be arised, because Election Commission of India is responsible for conducting of free and fair elections, right? And whenever there is differences means there is a possibility of manipulation of counting stage. So this is the thing which mainly said. And here you have to see what are those forms. So here this point says that group of civil society members, they have written to apex polling body regarding this immediate disclosure of data in website. Okay, that too according to part 1 of form 17C. So actually the data in this form 17C, which is used by the candidates to verify the results on counting day by matching with the EVM counts. So here the petition said that there is a need of urgent release of this form 17C data. Okay, clear? And now let us see next topic. It is regarding Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos emerge as hub of organized financial crimes. So this organized crimes which comes under our internal security issues. So this is very important, especially if you see the cyber crimes, okay, that will comes under very important issue, and this is also threat to our national security. So now let us see this topic in detail. So why is the news? So nearly half of financial frauds. So in these financial frauds also they are targeting Indians. So targeting Indians, these financial frauds, they originate from 3 Southeast Asian countries. So which are those countries? So one is Myanmar, second one is Cambodia, and third one is Laos. So from these 3 countries, Myanmar, Cambodia and Laos, so we are getting nearly half of financial frauds. they are targeting Indians. And these frauds, they are written in Chinese language, thereby we are not ruling out whether there is Chinese connection or not. So we have to wait for further investigation. And if you see the details, first 4 months of this year, so first 4 months of 2024, so Indians had lost over 1,776 crores. In how many cases? In 89,054 cases of financial crimes. For example, digital arrest or stock market scams or investment scams and romance or dating scams, etc. So these comes under organized financial crimes, and they are originating from Southeast Asian countries. Okay, so because of this type of scams here, yes, India also took some steps, like around 3.25 lakh mule bank accounts they had been blocked, and 595 apps they had been blocked, and 3,000 URLs had been blocked in this past 4 months. And I want to give you one mains question, so try to write an answer for this question. So question is, discuss the types of organized crimes. Discuss the types of organized crimes. Describe linkages between terrorist and organized crimes that exist at the national and transnational levels. Okay, try to write an answer for this question for sure. And now let us go back to our Hindu and let us move on to our news page. So in this news page, I found this article. It is about Cambodia, Myanmar lovers emerge as a hub of organized financial crimes. So I discussed this. And leave the selection page. It is not at all useful, students. And if you move on, in this business page, you can see 2 articles. RBI to transfer 2,10,874 crores surplus to Center for Financial 2024. And here you have to know why RBI is transferring money to central government. This part is very, very important. So RBI having a surplus, that is around 2,10,874 crores in financial 2024. And what are the excess they are having? They are sending to central government. And this transferable surplus based on economic capital framework. Okay. And larger dividend owing to higher RBI income from domestic foreign assets. So this is the thing which mainly said, and you have to see why RBI is transferring money to central government. And next one is gains from critical minerals drive unlikely before 2031. So here you have to focus on what is critical minerals. And in your UPSC 2024, for 100% sure you can get question regarding this critical minerals. Okay. So critical minerals, they are necessary for India's green energy transition. And some of the critical minerals are lithium, cobalt and nickel. So you have to see what is this critical minerals and examples of this critical minerals and where you are getting this critical minerals, from which countries. So that data is more than enough. Okay, that's it. So these are the very important topics that appeared in today's Hindu newspaper. And one more thing is, so don't forget to register for this free online and offline 30-day demo classes of Rathods IAS Academy. So after attending these demo classes, only if you feel that yes, I am able to understand the classes and we are supporting you in all dimensions, then only you can take admissions in our academy. So that's it. And if you want to take admissions, you can call us on the number 8074765513. Okay, so this is the number. You can make a call and you can register for this online or offline. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you really like this class, hit the like button and please do share this class with your friends and the groups which you are a member. And next one is, don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy. And thank you so much for watching, students.